Forgiveness does set you free. Forgiveness is something that we display in marriage, right? Every day, right?
Every day.
In relationships and in ministry. So practicing this, man, it prepares you, equips you. And now that when I preach it ain't something I just preach like
you read it in a book and you're like, oh, that was really good.
I know this to be true.
Yeah,
I know this. So when I'm looking at somebody that's hurting and say, you don't know what they done to me, I'm like, trust me, bro, I know. You know what I mean? Like,
and I'm really glad that you know, the way I look at sometimes in ministry when I see people overcome things, and you've heard me say this to you personally before, it's kind of like the overweight person, right? So you have an overweight person, 700 pounds, and they lose the weight, and everybody wants to know how they lost the weight, like what pill they took or what they did to get that weight loss. And I can appreciate the fact that God took you through that, as you said, and you couldn't have done it without Him and without the Holy Spirit. I appreciate the fact that you went through that, because I feel like if you were overweight in unforgiveness, you lost the weight, and now we can learn from you basically how to forgive somebody, because that's a difficult thing.
So that's my way of fighting back. Like, come on now. So even if I go kill the dudes that killed my brother, right? Even if I did retaliate, right?
Yeah.
It would never bring my brother back, ever. So I'm not really doing no justice. I'm just trying to, I'm gonna get more blood on my hands. I'm dishonoring God, and then when I die, I'll go to hell and face judgment as well, right?
Yeah.
So to really fight back the real enemy, which is the influence, because the vatos that shot him, that's not my real enemy. They were under the influence of the enemy, because my brother was innocent.
Principality.
Yep. Okay. So how do you fight a spirit? Only through love and forgiveness. So when I teach forgiveness and love to other people, guess what I'm doing? Guess who I'm fighting? Satan. And I'm punching him in his eye. So listen. So when I preach and teaching other people to forgive, and they start forgiving, and they teach their people to forgive, guess what we're doing? We're punching them in his eye every time.
You're being fruitful and multiplying.
So I found a way to fight back.
Yeah.
And to me, fighting back that way doesn't make sense in the street life, because we come from tick for tack, right? Mercies for the weak.
Sure.
But God is opposite than the street. Like, to go high, you go low. If you want to be a friend, go have a good friend. You got to go be a good friend. If you want to be blessed, go sow a seed into somebody.
Fact.
So even though we might not understand His ways are better than ours. His way of fighting is better than mine.
Yeah, because if we're gonna go Bible, it says there's a way that seems right to a man that always leads to destruction.
Yep.
Right. So we might think that our ways are right, but they're just about always wrong. You know, because it's a spiritual thing. You said it. The fight is spiritual. It ain't against flesh and blood. It never. Right. We usually attack the person and not the problem.
Yeah. And it's hard for people to think about that when you're caught right in that moment. It's easy to say do it, but when you're right, it's you right there, and it's someone you love, and you're like, I just pray, when anyone out there that's listening, I pray that when you do come to a situation like that, before you make a mistake that you're gonna regret in rage, before you pick up your fist and fight a fist with fist or cuss word and say something, because words hurt just as much as a punch, right?
Absolutely.
Before you say something just to fight back or defend yourself, just stop and think, man, and ask God to give you strength to do the right thing. And I pray that forgiveness and being gentle in your words and diffusing the evil with good, overcoming evil with good, will be a way that you would respond, because it's so much better.